Hello and welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. Well, we did it. Yesterday we finished Matthew chapter 5. Today we move into Matthew chapter 6. And today we see we're still continuing on the Sermon on the Mount, but we see a shift in Jesus' message. So today we see a shift of our devotion to God. We see a shift of, are we doing something for the right reason? Are we doing it for the love of God? Or are we doing it to show off and to gain attention from those around us? So Matthew chapter 6 verse 1 says, "Beware of practicing your piety before others in order to be seen by them. For then you have no reward from your Father in heaven." Be careful not to practice your piety. Now, Jesus isn't saying not to practice, our faith in front of others. What he is saying is, are we practicing our faith for the sake of others seeing that we're practicing our faith and to bring honor upon ourselves instead of honor unto God? Big difference there. So Jesus is affirming the positive value of acts of righteousness, but only when done for love of God and submission to God, when we're looking to honor Him rather than ourselves. So when we're doing it for human glory, these acts of piety that Jesus is talking about, generosity, prayer, almsgiving, giving to the poor, things like that, if they're performed for the sake of public recognition, then they're self-serving, and they don't show the love for God or love for our neighbor. So how do we apply this today? Now, I'm on Facebook Live as I record this for those listening on the podcast. Not a day goes by on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, Google+, whatever the case is, where someone has a video of themselves or a selfie of themselves doing some kind of a good deed. Now, I love seeing good deeds being performed. It does help motivate me. And if they're doing it for that reason, then that's fantastic. Now, if they're doing it for the sake of getting more likes, more followers, they're doing it for the wrong reason. And that's what Jesus is condemning here. So when we're going about and we're doing these things, we're fasting, we're giving to the needy, we're being generous to others. Are we calling attention on ourselves? So look honestly at yourself today. Are you doing these things to bring honor, to bring attention to yourself instead of where that honor and that attention is supposed to go, which is to Christ? So I think it's a very relevant message, not only from Jesus' disciples, for Jesus to us today, we are His disciples and we're following Him anyway. So I just encourage you today, keep doing these things if you're doing them. I'm not saying not to stop, but are we doing them for the right reasons? Are we doing them to bring honor to God? Or are we doing them to bring honor to ourselves? You see, if the ultimate goal is to bring honor upon ourselves, well, we're eventually going to mess up. We're eventually going to fail. But if we're doing it to bring honor to God, to bring honor to Christ, that's never going to fail. It doesn't mean stuff won't happen, but if our intention is to use it for His glory, that He be glorified, and that His saving work be manifested through us to others so they can come to faith as well, that is the goal. It's for Him. It's not for us. Well, God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me on this edition of the Daily Bible Podcast. Have a fantastic day. As always, if you enjoy the show, please rate it. Please share it. If there's anything I can help with, any prayer request, any answers to the question of the faith, please let me know. Send your prayer requests, questions to hopewithin18@gmail.com. Well, God bless you guys again. Thanks as always for listening. God bless you guys.